The Battle of Heilsberg. A French army led by Murat and Davout are invading East Prussia and now face a combined Prussian and Russian army against them at the field of Heilsberg. This is an 1807 a historical battle, part of the War of the Fourth Coalition that I'm bringing to you today. And this is certainly an excellent one. I've had a quick look at it, watched the first few moments, and it is a really, really good battle sent in by a member of this of my Discord. So this is going to be an interesting one to see how this one turns out. But yes, we are here with another historical scenario for you today. Battle of Heilsberg, not one that I'd really heard about too much. It's pretty much a strategic victory for the French, but no real decisive blow is actually made in this battle for either side. The French lose more troops. They have about 1,000 killed and about 10,000 wounded and so many captured. To the Allied 6,000. As we have a huge cavalry charge straight off the bat. We have these dragoons going in here against cuirassiers from Prussia, and all sorts of cuirassiers here for now for Prussia and for France going in. So it looks like Murat's corps already being fully committed to dealing with this. And look at this. The French already breaking here with these dragoons breaking, and we've got more dragoons for the Prussians coming around the flank. And it looks like Murat's corps may be in a bit of trouble here. But yeah, you can see all these dragoons, all these cuirassiers going in. You can see that the dragoons here have been broken as well by the hussars. They've broken on impact, and now the cuirassiers are going in to try and help turn this fight. And cuirassiers breaking across the line. Look at that! All these cuirassiers breaking. 105 men they broke at. Being overwhelmed here by the Fourth Coalition, the Prussian cavalry here, and look at that, Murat's corps almost gone. And you can see this final cuirassier trying to just get out of there alive with some sort of men left. We have another one over here that is still alive, but I mean, that's a really bad start for the French, already taking a big hit. Over on this side, looks like we've got more cuirassiers here for the Prussians. We do have various different corps here, so I believe that we have Dutorov as the Russians. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but he said Dutorov. We have Karl von Braunschweig and Wolfensbüttel, which I believe that's just Brunswick, basically. Braunschweig's just Brunswick. Then we have Württemberg here. We have and then the final corps commander is over here somewhere in this mass, and I believe it's Friedrich von Hohenzollern. So I think that's the Kaiser himself leading this army over on this side. I may be wrong on that exactly, but that is from what I can see. And there we go, a vicious volley going off by the French already, firing at these cuirassiers here, getting a few kills here, so that's very, very nice. Obviously we have Murat and Davout for the French. Davout here in the front line, Murat's over here with his cav, obviously doing his fancy stuff. We then have the Guard, which is being led by someone. I can't actually remember who that was. And then the final corps is Orguru over there. I actually can't remember who the corps commander is for the Guard, but it's not Napoleon. There he is. I actually have no idea how you pronounce his name. I'm going to say Lefebvre or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, there's cavalry going in. Cavalry going in for guns. We have some chasseurs, cheval over here. They are trying to deal with, they're trying to go for this Prussian gun, but they have been stopped by this dragoon unit just in time as well. I mean, this gun also fired off, and I think it killed a bunch of dragoons and also chasseurs here. So, I mean, a bit of friendly fire, but it may have been worth it. May have been worth it. You can see the Russian guns starting to appear now. Oh, not the Russian guns, the Russian infantry starting to appear. And it looks like Prussia's going to be fighting, this corps over here is going to be fighting, it looks like mainly Davout over this village here. This village being Berweniken. And then Heilsberg's all the way back there. It's a long, long way off. What's happening here? Oh, Murat's cuirassiers in retreat. I mean, Murat's lost a good portion of his cavalry. I feel like he was a bit isolated, and I feel like he's been more than this is probably more than one army's worth of cav. For sure, I would have thought. Maybe not. It might not be. We've got life cuirassiers in here. I didn't even see them. So yeah, we've got some really good cav in here for the Prussians. So that is certainly going to be interesting to see how they can use that to further their advantage in the cavalry field now. Because I mean, France has lost a lot of its heavy cav. But it's got certainly some really good infantry, so they might be able to turn it around there, obviously. This is like, Prussian infantry is not known for being great. And Russian infantry as well, you could say, is probably just relies on masses more than anything. But they do look good, I will admit. These guys do look quite nice. And they're various different colours. Looking very nice. But yes, this is going to be an interesting one for sure. I mean, with that early cav fight, that's possibly decided that fight there. And you can see the Krasni's now going in here. Now being actually attacked by the Prussian counterparts. We've got here, we've got some like hussars. So they might want to set up some more stuff to support this, because otherwise this Krasny might be in a bit of trouble. I mean, they've got some chasseurs apide nearby, which is the guard cav here. What we got over here, more cuirassiers. So it looks like a fair amount of this cav may have returned. But not all of it. I mean, it might not be able to deal with all of that as well. They need to win this cav fight here. Forming squares here. The Krasni's have realised that they're outnumbered. They don't want to carry on this fight. Fair enough. They need to be careful they don't just friendly fire their own cav though, because they don't want to... Friendly fire does a lot of damage to morale. Chasseurs here. The guard, they're holding the line, and they're going to... Oh, don't know. What are they going for? Nothing. They just sound like they decided to charge and then change their mind. Interesting. What else have we got here? We have got some more cavalry, some more like lighter cav, but nothing too sizable. Infantry line here doing its bit. It looks like the guns now are going to set up. It looks like they might have a little bit of a period of just like wearing down each other's defenses. Looks like though Davu's like Cora out here is going to probably try and maybe do a little flank. I don't know. But I mean, that's probably not a good idea. There's like an entire corps hidden here, I have a feeling. That's only having to take on, what, 6 French units? That's a bit of a worrying sight. That's just us breaking over there, okay. Looks like, it still seems like there's more action going on over here. And I've got the guard over here to kind of just help protect against this cavalry. Like, the French having to play defensive now that they've lost so much cavalry. But yes, I forgot to say, if you're enjoying seeing NTW3 on the channel, I would like to see some more Napoleonic action, some more glorious line battles, some more like majestic cavalry charges. Then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And yeah, thank you for all the support as it is. We're like getting on towards 4,000 subscribers. Just like keep it up with the support, and yeah. And I can't thank you guys enough really for like all of it so far. But yeah, so you can see what chasseurs with Pete here. This is grenadiers. So these guys looking very magnificent actually. Oh, the guard looks awesome, really does. Really does. It's supposed to be like middle guard or something like that, I don't know. They might not have, actually no, they probably won't have middle or young guard at this point. It's 1807. But you can see the line battles are starting to like happen over on this side. Davu's getting engaged in one of the Prussian corps. I wouldn't say the Prussians really set up properly. They're kind of a little bit clump. That's very good, I mean, good target for the French to just fire at. Over there, it's just... You can see that there's just so many Prussians all just gathered up. Can't really miss. But yeah, they are actually responding. They're going to fight in these really deep columns, it seems, Prussians. They are quite happy to just fight like this. Nice volley there from the Prussians. Look at that smoke, looking glorious. Got some skirmishers that are going to go out to the side. Seems even more grenadiers out here. This all sorts just keeps appearing. The French are going to need, well, they've got bringing some cavalry across, bringing some chasseurs across. Not a bad idea. Might need something else because there were cuirassiers spotted over on this side. There's grenadiers back here. There's all sorts still to come up, it would seem. And these guys are in the famous one-man column formation. I do recommend that column. It's the best way to get around the battlefield.
Sir, our general is under attack.
But you can see the French already giving ground. I mean, they've not lost many men. It's just that that's 3 regiments going up against, well, at the moment 5. It's about to be 6, and then there's some lights as well. And you can see that they are starting to engage the Russians here as well. They're going to try and like fight for this town a little bit. I love this place. It's very near the line. Can't really see what's going on. But I mean, I love like the mix of like bearskin and men without like bearskins. It looks really cool. If you have a bearskin, then you're a true grenadier, in my opinion. You've got like a line infantry unit here that's like firing onto the flank. It's got like a nice little flank. So the Russians can't really push forward too much to engage the French without being shot in the flank. It's really nice there. It sounds like, oh, the French have sent in cavalry? Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't know how many of these Prussians can form square. This one certainly couldn't and broke. This one, it looks like it might break as well. And oh my gosh, yeah, these cavalry are doing okay, to be fair. I mean, certainly, you would expect they were going to break this one. What's this here? This grenadiers that can form square. I think all the musketeers, though, are in a bit of trouble. But this, I don't think these chasseurs are going to like break too much. They just got shot in the back by their own troops. That never helps, being shot by your own men when you're trying to fight musketeers. I think this one might break as well in a moment. Could it take the musketeer with it, though? If it can, that's a big win. It's morale win, shooting back up there. You can see the French are pushing forward. They've got 2 units to form column and shoot at this one unit, and then this unit's just going to fire and duel with the Russians. You see, they actually have broken this musketeer here as well. Very nice. They should get this unit out of combat or go flying into the side of this like fusilier here. Do not stay in combat. There's a square so close. But yeah, it's already starting to like happen in this theatre here. There's a cavalry unit just like behind enemy lines here. What are the... Oh, the Prussians. Yeah, the Prussians have got a dragoon unit in behind. So you might need to keep an eye on that. And there's another one. I guess, well, I can't really see them. So I guess this is a weakened cuirassier unit. So yeah, you can see that the Prussians have sent some stuff around through the forest. Maybe to like try and get in behind the French forces. That's very, very like smart. A little sneaky play there by the Prussians. You see that the Prussians here, though, are losing this line battle. It's a 2v1 at the moment. Oh, the guy with the flag just got shot. No, the flag bearer. Someone pick up the flag. Luckily, this unit's like just about not shooting its own troops. I mean, it kind of is. You need to be careful. Yeah, they are actually still kind of shooting their own men. They need to maybe move forward like a little bit. But there you go, sorted. Grenadiers the line, doing their best. They could probably duel. I mean, it doesn't even look like the Russians are firing back. No, they are. They are. Oh, that's a nice volley there. But I mean, the Prussians could be aggressive on this flank. There's literally nothing here for the French. This grenadier unit, I mean, just start to flank around, and it was then have like no opposition. These line infantry are like dealing with all this musketeer, all these musketeers here. The rest of the Prussian and Russian line just happy to sit back and just wait. I guess maybe they think this guard defense is a bit too stern. I'm not really sure. But the Prussians are sending stuff forward now. They're sending some musketeers forward. I mean, they've got a whole host of musketeers and stuff back here. So, I mean, if they send this forward, I mean, it's a bold move. I mean, Davout's barely engaged any of his corps, and he seems to be doing a good job with what is like engaged here against the Russians and the Prussians. Got a grenadier line and another line now engaged here. I love this grenadier unit, I really do. I don't know why. It's like a mix of bearskin and non-bearskin. It just looks so cool. They're firing with pretty quick rapidity here. There's no way the Russians and the Prussians can keep up this sort of like gunfight. I don't think. They're just not as like accurate, and I don't think they're like as well trained. Like. Keep up this this sort of gunfight, and they're actually giving ground. As you can see, they have lost quite a lot of men. Don't know how many the French have really lost, but I'm going to say not as many. The Prussians here certainly are getting forced back a little bit. You can see the French are quite happy to just turn the flank, as I expected they would when these units started to commit. France is turning his flank and protecting himself, and there's a gun now set up here. This gun needs to be careful; it's going to shoot its own infantry. There's a 4-pounder here, just set up, and it's just going to probably start harassing these grenadiers. There's some quite cool units over on the, that Davout's got over here. I'm pretty sure he's got like a carabinier unit. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. It's carabinier unit. It's kind of like, again, another unit with like full bearskins. I guess it's like probably elite infantry. It's counted as elite infantry, I'm not sure. There's all sorts going on here. Yeah, you can see they're actually just falling back all their infantry. They're going to just deal with everything here. They don't need to like stretch out a long line, I guess, they probably think, and just worry about that gap. I mean, there is another corps, like there is like Orgru's corps here. This could just like put some troops into the line. But over here it just seems to be going quite quietly. Nothing really committing. The guards is quite happy to just stand and wait. I mean, if they carry on like this, I think Davout could probably just beat these two corps anyway. Like the French have just got such good quality at this stage of like the war. Like the 1807, French are like at the height of their powers. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage to these grenadier units. That grenadier units got like vaporized a bit. I can hear some I thought I could hear some charging or something like that. I can. There you go. Prussian cav in behind. They're trying to go for these guns. And they're running off, and you can see they're trying to quickly like get these guns like loaded up. But it looks like they're going to kill all the crew. Yeah, the crew's basically all dead for those guns. That's a shame. They routed. I mean, the crosses are broken. So that's a very nice little assassination there by the Prussians. They've managed to take out that gun crew. I mean, that was a horse artillery as well, so it's a very useful artillery to have. And that was Urgru's like gun. They didn't really protect that very well. The French have now seen off the cav once and for all. I thought they might have seen it. Like, it was up on the mini-map, so that means that the French should have been able to see it. You see the Prussians now going in. They got some grenadiers going into the side, going after this line infantry. Don't know whether they'll win this. They might do. They might win that. I mean, certainly with the flanking fire, they might have a chance, but at the same time, that's also risking obviously hitting their own grenadiers. It's going to be close. I think yeah, certainly like this volley here, this is definitely going to hit their own grenadiers. This one here, this like musketeer unit cannot be hitting anything that's other than friendly. French here getting like, I mean, the Prussians here again getting very close. Look at that! Oh my gosh, this unit just got vaporized. Just walked straight past. I think they're going for the guns. I think they're going to try and go for the guns. This carabinier unit here has just got to go in and stop them. They did eventually break this line infantry with the grenadiers, but they broke themselves. So was it a great like deal? I don't know. See the carabiniers now going in here. They're going to try and hold back this, and that grenadier's broken on impact. Look at that. And that's a big loss there for the Prussians. They've lost 2 grenadier units in a matter of moments. And the grenadiers are probably their best troops. You see, oh, we have, yeah, Prussian cavalry. I think that was making a dash. It's quite a long way to come from where it started. So, I mean, the French had a nice, like, early, like, response to it. And just a big line of infantry ready with guns. And they just, like, put a lot of fire into that gun. That's like a 175-man unit it was originally. Jeez. No wonder they, like, wanted to gun that down. See, the French look like they're going to send out some hussars. Maybe try and deal with these, like, light little unit of hussars from the Prussians. Not a bad idea. Routed them pretty well. French seem to be doing quite well. I mean, they've got some like gaps in their line, but it seems to make much of a difference. You can see over here they're actually making some decent flanking fire of their own. They've got a nicer serve. Davu's playing very defensive. I mean, he doesn't even need these 1, 2, 3 units here. You could probably send them, put them in there, into like the village, into like find the Prussians over here. Who knows? I mean, he certainly needs a few more units over this unit here. Is pretty beaten up. 42 men left it has. Got a lot of bodies littered around here. They fight on for their emperor, Napoleon. And here cavalry again coming in. Oh, it's over here. They're going in for these hussars and the chasseurs cheval. With the cuirassiers, not a bad choice there. But the cuirassiers now coming for the French. And they're helping to pick off an isolated unit of Prussians, really, in the end. The Prussians have allowed themselves to get isolated, and they're just going to they're going to get run down. I mean, this chasseurs cheval, I think they're running through the chasseurs cheval, and that's helped rout them, really. And that's unfortunate. That unit of cuirassiers kind of being a little bit too aggressive. Hold your fire, Frenchies. Hold your fire. It's gone. They've broken. Also, you're just shooting your own men. Like, look at this overlapping. That's just not good. Got some Hessians here. Fusilier. Hessian Fusiliers. Fight going on here. I love when the officer gets out his like little pistol. That's when you know like it's getting really close combat. He just gets out his pistol. So right, I better get involved. Yeah, but this is not a good sign. Like 4 French units going up against 1 Prussian here. Prussians are going to need to turn more stuff to face this way. I mean, the French have got a massive infantry here that I did not even see. It's all Urgru's like infantry. I mean, it's a mix of like German, French, all sorts. It's all just coming out of the forest. Look at all this. Russians and the Prussians might want to start thinking about maybe assaulting somewhere else, because I mean Davout, or like supporting the fight against Davout, because like they are not winning it. Put it like that, they are not winning it. See, yeah, they're swapping out these weakened units now for a fresh light infantry unit here. They'll help fight on. Yeah, look at this. There's a serious breakage here now, and I mean this is now what, 4 on 4? I mean 5 on 4 in fact, if you count that one. And I mean these two look in the right direction against the 4, and these two look like they're taking on like 1 to maybe 2 units. The Russians, I personally feel like could be a bit more aggressive. They could also just send stuff around and support like the Prussians. There was a point where the Prussians, I felt like they had the French kind of tied back a bit by this little stream here, but that's slowly changing and like not the case anymore. Gun here getting pretty beaten up, that nearly broke. You can see the Prussians are coming forward though. They are going to combat the guard, it would seem. I wonder whether the Prussians have sent more cavalry around the back. Nearly, it worked kind of last time. They took out a gun, but I mean they need to take out a little bit more than that. Maybe go for the generals, I don't know. Some generals back here. We've got Murray, we've got the guard general. Yeah, the musketeers coming forward. They're going to have a hard fight against the guard, put it like that. And also, I mean, look at this, all this infantry here, stretching out. I mean, this is so much infantry. The Russians need to push forward with their infantry to help support, because otherwise the guard can just go, like, oh, not the guard, the French can just slip on in behind and, like, just break these units, possibly. Infantry breaking in, that's a bad sign. I guess that was maybe canisters did that. Getting shot as they retreat now, that's not a good thing either. You don't want to like fall back just as you're about to get shot. That does damage to morale. And over here, look at them talking about morale. There's no more morale here for the Prussians. Got a general just behind here as well. This is Hohenzollern. Yeah, the Prussian corps here is basically gone. It's now down to the Russians. I mean, the French, you imagine, are also going to probably just use these few units here. They're going to flank on hard and probably outflank this Russian position. So I don't think there's much left back here for the to stop the French. This is what, this one light infantry from the Prussians, and that's about it. What's in here? There's actually a unit in here. What is in here? Some grenadiers. There are some Prussian grenadiers in here. What are they sending in? I think they're sending in those grenadiers to the line. Those men with some bearskins, some not, as I'm calling them now. They are in there fighting. A brutal fight. Here you go, the Russians setting up troops now. 242-man unit, lifeguard as well. Well, this might help turn the battle a little bit. This could have done with arriving a little bit earlier, I feel like, to help the Prussians. Prussians have got some infantry returning, like some grenadiers. Might want to wait on like the rest of the Russians to arrive before they start throwing stuff back in bit by bit. Yeah, look at this. You can see even more Prussians coming across this way now. We've got more musketeers arriving. So, I mean, this is really good to see. I mean, like I said, they're now responding to this. Like, the Prussians are starting to respond to this area, as are the Russians, sending more in. I mean, this is where the only fight's going on. Everywhere else is a bit of a stalemate, really. But I believe, like, going back to the actual battle in history, the French were outnumbered by about, well, they had around 60,000, 65,000 men. They were outnumbered by about another third. There's about 90,000 Russians and Prussians, by some estimates. So, I mean, that is like, and they won with...
Our men are running, sir.
Certainly less killed, but like that. They had more wounded, apparently, and captured, but still did very, very well. That shows like how impressive like the French military was at this point. Looks like the grenadiers are broken. They're going to have to send something else in here. Russians certainly seem like in a bit of trouble, and it feels like the issue is that the more they suck in here, though I was like saying they support this area, like obviously to try and fight Davout because they are losing. They're sucking more and more in. They're going to need like something really decisive to happen over here, because there's like less and less troops now being able to be committed to this fight here against Orgurov, because there's so many troops now being like, even the Russians are sending in a considerable amount of their army, I think, now to help try and break this Davout corps down. You can see the Crasses here, Murray now coming around. They're coming coming down this flank, and I mean, there's no cavalry here to stop them. The gun back here that needs killing. Oh yeah, we've got a big gun battery here. There's what, 2 different gun units. like 5 guns in total. They're going to try and gun down that. Yeah, this is a Saxon. Oh, they just shot a lot of their own infantry. There's some cavalry here, though, coming, some dragoons. They're going to try and stop these cuirassiers. Here we go. And they're firing to the flanks of those cuirassiers, actually doing quite a bit of damage. They need to keep that up. They have broken. Now they can just go into the guns, and that's going to be a good night, Vienna, for those guns. Brutal musket fight going on over here. I mean, how are the guard doing? Like the Russian guard, anyway. Doing okay. Not lost too many men. Watch them have a few volleys. They look glorious, they really do. They really do look nice. I mean, they can't hold up back all this, though. They may look nice and pretty and stuff like that, but they cannot hold all this, like, French infantry back on their own. And especially the cav now here. These cuirassiers routed all these guns. And you can see that the Prussians are setting up like a right angle to just kind of defend this flank of the guard. Which, I mean, they can form square. So it's not really the end of the world. They don't need to protect them. They can form square. Prussians look like they are starting to engage over here, though. They are starting to engage some of Orgru's corps. I mean, he's only sent like 1 unit forward. I don't know why, only 1. Send the whole line forward, I would. If I was the French, I'd be like the whole line or nothing. Because I honestly think that they've got this battle not wrapped up, but they're in the ascendancy. They're losing a lot of men taking this village. They seem like there seems to be more and more just able to appear. I mean, Davout's got so many troops free. Like, he had like his... Remember, his left wing was the one defending this like pass here. And he's been able to bring it round and kind of keep it protecting like his rear. And he's still got some over here, you can see. There's still like a unit here that she should... Like, he's just got like free to do whatever. So, I mean, a lot of these units are fairly healthy. And you can see more cavalry going in here. This cuirassier unit is now going in, taking out some more cuirassiers. Might do okay. Might be able to hold that. I don't know. 17. No, I'm going to say numbers wise they can't hold. And they've just been flanked by like another cuirassier. Yeah, this is probably the end of this unit. Murray's like had a pretty rough battle, put it like that, with his cavalry. Not been able to get like any decisive cavalry charges. We've done okay with some, but who knows? Actually, you don't know. With this light infantry arriving, this might be able to put a few volleys into the cuirassiers. Change that fight. Unlikely this unit's... Yeah, broken. There you go. The French have lost here, but and these unit can form square. Luckily, I was going to say that's very near to Prussian cavalry. Otherwise, form square. Yeah, probably for the safest. Yeah, put a few. Very nice, and that's a shame, but that was probably inevitably going to happen. The Russian guard, by the way, looking pretty shaky, down to 91 men. This unit's getting focused down at the moment. It's a shame to see. I was hoping this guard was maybe going to like make it a pretty stern defense for the like to stop the French over here, but it's... I mean, it's done okay, but it's getting outgunned. That's the issue, and it's just got artillery, I think, just firing into the flank of it. This 4-pounder here is just like being pretty damn quick, and it's loading. And yeah, it's just broken now as the guard. That's a shame. As there's another Prussian line infantry unit, and you can see we now got some cuirassiers now coming forward, and they're going to go for the guns here. Go for these 6-pounders. They're going to actually fire off just at the last moment, though. Get some good volleys into those cuirassiers. They may, that may actually do enough damage and kill. Yeah, break this cuirassier unit. It actually did. They very well done there by the coalition forces, breaking that and stopping that cavalry. They're certainly having not very much luck here with the cavalry of the French, put it like that. There is more cavalry in behind here, by the way. There is another hussar here. I think they've seen it because there is a dragoon unit in the woods here, kind of ready to counter. Though there is another Russian dragoon just here. I mean, these guys are exhausted, and they are walking. They should go for generals. They really should. I think that's the best best thing they can do. But yeah, it's been a brutal fight. I mean, the Allies have the advantage in the cavalry, but the infantry, they're just not having any luck there. The French are not steamrolling, but wearing away and certainly doing their work. Another nice volley there from the French. They certainly need to reform this. They're just being shot on the flank here, these musketeers. They're not having any luck. They need to just fall back. They need to give ground. These last few units give ground. This village is lost. They need to fall back maybe to like here. This like sort of like passing the edge of the village, and then maybe to the left of it. But you can see that the French are already like well in behind with some units. They need to be careful. And still over on this side, they're kind of just standing and waiting. And, I mean, this is all fine with the French. They're just being aggressive elsewhere. But look at this! The Prussians have got an army in behind. They've got a sizable amount of musketeers in behind as well. How did they do? I did not see this. This has changed the battle. This is changing the face of the battle. This is very good. And the French aren't set up. They've got, like, what, 2 units of infantry that look the right way? Got some Mamluks over here as well. They could be useful. But yeah, so all of a sudden the French are out of position. They're gonna have to send in more like Marines of the Guard, some really small tiny units, and like some dismounted Dragoons here, which is a cool unit. I like this sort of unit.
Soon to be yours.
I'm not sure about that. You say glorious victory soon to be theirs. I mean, this Prussian line all of a sudden is just going to change this face of this battle. They should have waged at the cavalry. The cavalry needs to hold back a little bit. Wait till this chasseur has to be committed to turn around. But you can see now is the time for the Prussians to move forward. Now they're going to push on the French. You need to be careful though. This is guard infantry here. See Ogru's starting to move in some troops as well to help with this village. So I mean, might as well. Davu's kind of losing a little bit of steam, not too much. They should probably still be able to do a decent amount of damage and win this fight. But because I don't know how much more the Russians have really committed to here, they still have stuff like lined out here somewhere. You see, yeah, they are starting to give ground. I mean, they need to. They just need to. This Russian infantry here as well is going to get outflanked. They need to fall back. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to go on over here. This line battle takes place now in the forest. And more Prussian infantry just appearing out of the woods. So much of it. You see the Dragoons here of the Guard going in after the Russian Dragoons. They should probably win that fight. These guys were exhausted. They're wavering already. Yeah, they're not going to have a good chance. Well, the Dragoons did him Patrice or something like that. That's a cool name. They've broken them pretty quickly, yeah. Now they can probably get ready to turn on the Hussars here. Because these guys, well, they're fresh. They just lost a load of men for no reason. I don't know how that happened. There you go. They'll break them very nicely. But yeah, look at all of this Prussian infantry. He's got to take on what, 4 units of, maybe 5 units of infantry. They are turning more around now. There's some more just basic line infantry appearing. And Ogru's actually sending more back. You can see he's actually giving up all of his support to Davout on this area. You can see Davout doesn't really need it now. He has got enough infantry here just to probably take out the Russians. Dutarov is certainly looking a little bit shaky. Yeah, you can see that all the way out here, French, and they've just got some like tiny units of well, not even tiny. It's a fairly healthy unit of musketeers. Healthy bar morale. Morale is not healthy. Oh, we got more cavalry going in here. I think this is that. Yeah. Oh, this is a different Dragoon unit. They've just gone in and they've just routed a musketeer, and they're going to try and now get like chased by some Prussians of their own. Here we go. Line battle takes place now. See a few glorious line shots go off. But yeah, I mean, it's looking. I mean, over here, I'd say that the Prussians got this is more of a distracting force, while their like main army now like just like puts pressure on the French. You see, the French are now getting more and more infantry set up over here. The element of surprise by the Prussians is kind of being lost. Like this cav here, though, needs to just go in. Look at this, the Dragoon unit just needs to fly into the side of these chasseurs. Yeah, here we go. Break these guys. I mean, it's going to be hard, but it's worth a try. Guard here, they got and you can see more chasseurs going in. They're going to countercharge these Dragoons, forming square with other stuff. That's the issue fighting the Guard. They can basically just counter anything. You see the Russians getting outflanked on this side by Davout. Don't know what's going on with the French formations here. This looks a bit weird. Probably need to reform the line there. The cavalry has broken. You can see they're now sending in their musketeers. They're going to try and go into melee combat. They've got more cavalry coming up. This is the lifeguard cuirassiers. They're going to go into this, yeah, chasseur here. That wasn't a bad charge. That's done a lot of damage. But they're getting counter charged by Mamelukes. What's going on? I don't know what happened there. They might break this infantry. They're not going to break the Mamelukes anytime soon. Oh, and the French have got cavalry in. How did they get this in? This is a little unit of dragoons. Again, routing more of these more of this line. A bit of a concern. The general over here. How is this general still alive? Oh, he's just broken now. Oh, there's hussars. I thought it was a general. What have we got in here? We've got lifeguard like infantry in here as well. They're gonna hold this building for a long, long time. Russians seem to just have more and more appearing out of nowhere. I don't know why they haven't like gone to support more. I don't know. Maybe this is it. Maybe this might be the last infantry. You can see that the Prussian line over on this side has just been broken entirely. French are taking a few casualties here, like some chasseurs breaking, but they've sort of repelled the Prussians. Bar this cuirassier here that's just gone flying in. They've routed that gun. They've routed the Guards General as well. So, I mean, they're actually doing quite a bit of damage. They have now routed those Prussians. So, heavy losses there for the French. But they have survived this push by the Prussians. And are fighting desperately in this forest. And more infantry fighting over here. I mean, they're not going to win this fight. This is guard against musketeers. You just don't win that fight as a musketeer. And yeah, the village is almost lost now at this point. Russians running for their lives. Prussia's running for their lives as well. I don't know where they're thinking of falling back to. Maybe they're going to, I don't know. They can't even make a run for Berlin. Berlin's lost at this point. Run for Moscow, I guess. Run for Moscow. Got some cavalry in here, actually. What's this? This is a like guard dragoon unit. It's doing really well. I don't know how many kills it's got, but it's a pretty damn hard break by the looks of it. I hate that this fight's going on in the forest. Like, you can't just get. I can barely see like what's going on. Hope you guys can see what's going on. Big Prussian line here. French line just on the edge of the forest. It's now going into the forest, which is annoying. But it's a shame that you don't have like Control F to get rid of foliage. It's so useful. You can see, I think the French have just about won this this engagement over here. Some guns up on this hill. 6-pounders. Doing a bit of damage. Good to see. We've got a general here. This is a Murray going in. He wants to just rouse the guns here. Very nice. Well done, Murray. He's just got to have a glorious charge of his own. Very, very nice. Yeah, the French now have finally taken this village, but like this is the final couple of like isolated units of Russians here that are like sort of hanging on. But honestly, I wouldn't even engage this unit. It's 115 guards in here. They're going to take out what, maybe 1, 2, 3 infantry units, probably more. They need to get some grenadiers of their own up, or maybe some guard. Bring some guard over if they're going to break through that. But because I think they've got through, I think they burned through all their own grenadiers.
Now they must break.
General has died. Whose general's died? Oh, I think they just killed the Russian gen. I think they might have just killed Dutarov. That's a shame, but I'm not surprised. Over here, there's some cuirassiers actually that are kind of like just lingering. I guess they could attack this unit of French if they wanted to. They might want to before they get gunned down. Or pull it back. This is still a fairly dangerous unit. 54 cuirassiers is pretty useful. But it is looking like the French are going to win this. Looks like the Prussians are returning for round 2 over here against Orgru's corps. Orgru's had very little to do. He's like just assisted both the Vu and the guard. What we got? But yeah, so I mean, it looks like the French are probably going to win this. Auguru's just been like supporting both sides and just like not really had to like face an actual corps. I mean, he is now, but I mean, this like corps barely been like engaged. They've like sort of been like here and there. This is just like a single 6-pounder just coming up now. Are you just going to try and get this out of here? I don't know. No, maybe not. I can hear some sort of charging going on, but I'm not quite sure where that is. Who knows? Who knows? But it looks like the Russians are in now full retreat. With what's left, they've got the guards still in here, but I mean, I don't think they're like. I don't think the French are interested in taking that out. Who knows? Oh, here we go. It's this unit, this line infantry unit's going to go in. This is what's charging. Going for the gun. They probably will break this gun, probably break this infantry as well. Yeah, I mean, look at the morale of the French in comparison to the Prussians. Just breaking everything. Look at that, very nicely. The general dead.
Now they must break.
That was a oh no, generals. Oh, they actually did have a. No, they had a. This is Braunschweig back here as a general. Well, they had an artillery as a gun. Like that general, like dying just as the artillery like got charged. Seemed a bit strange, but there you go. So yeah, general dead there. Now Murray's able to go on. He's probably going to take out this gun crew here. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. It's a shame. I was really excited for this flanking force here from the Prussians. I thought they were going to do something really like amazing with it, but in the end, it just kind of like they weren't aggressive enough. I don't think. Like the French only had what, like 2, 3 units to face what this must be like the best part of 10 units of Prussians that were in here. They could have just overwhelmed them in numbers. I think they could have just like maybe bayoneted charged them. It may have worked or not. They may have just been able to engage with a few, then flank with others. And who knows? The French might have been overwhelmed. It's uncertain a bit though. They've still got those crasses back here. Oh, look at this! The poor Russians in a square formation, surrounded by French, getting shot to pieces. There you go. Gone. More musketeers breaking there. And the Prussians are broken in the center once again. And I think that's kind of going to be the battle, really. I don't know how much there is left. I mean, like, all these units here are breaking. There's a few, like, isolated units. They've got, like, units all the way back in buildings. So, what we've got here? We've got, like, we've got a grenadier unit back here. I don't know why they didn't send this forward. They're going to need this in the fight. Yeah, they have, like, half the unit in and half the unit out. They should have had that in the fight. They're going to need that. Got like more line infantry here. Just a final unit of musketeers from one of the corps. This dragoon unit is quite good. Seems to have done like a decent amount of damage. Dragoons dismounted just looks so weird. Like, why would you? Did they have a shortage of horses or something? These are the unlucky few that didn't get the horses. But yeah, that is almost going to be the battle. I'm probably just going to, like, in a moment make a cut once, like, a few of these units are broken. We've got a unit over here in the house as well, actually. More grenadiers. They have so many. I get the idea of, like, having grenadiers in buildings, but, like, this unit in the end is, like, not going to contribute to the battle because the battle's lost at this point. So I personally don't bother capturing buildings. Like, certainly not ones back here, especially if you're not going to make your line here. Like, the Prussian line was way up here. Like, this unit is not contributing to the fight. You might as well just, like, bring it up and, like, have the grenadiers fight. But still fight on hard. They don't break to, like, the last few sort of men. And also, it's pretty good in combat. You could send it into combat. I think it's a better thing to do than just have it, like, sitting back. Because that's 2 grenadier units I've found now in buildings. There's a guard unit here. I get this guard unit. I can see why they put it in a building. Like, this is different because this is, like, right in the middle of a fight. This has been, like, a brutal fight over in this village. I'm putting this in a building. That makes sense. But, like, this one back here. Where is? Yeah, I think it was here. It's in this building. Like, there's just no need to have it here because that's not helping the fight up there where you're losing the battle. Same with this one back here. Like, this is so far back. It's like once the French get here, the battle's over anyway. So, like, I wouldn't bother controlling it. Like, it's not coming down to points, it's going to just come down to who can actually win the fight. And you're giving yourself away 2 units of infantry. Like, the French haven't put a single man into a building, because they want everything to be firing on the Prussians. And yeah, you can see here, they're just breaking everything. But that is probably where I'm going to, like, end the battle. I will come back to you guys in a moment. Well, actually, we'll see this charge happen. This Caracci's charge. Actually, I forgot these guys are still alive, but they're actually going to charge in. Might get a decent volley. A decent charge, sorry. Onto these guys. I don't know, at the same time they may just break instantly. But the French just weren't phased by being charged by heavy cav. Yeah, it seems like the Caracci's are more likely to break. Look at this. Murray's back. Yep, they just broke like that. But yeah, so I'm going to probably just make a cut here, and you guys, yeah, this is where the unit is. And it's just like, I'll probably make a cut here now and see you guys in a moment on the end of battle screen, because it's just going to take some buildings. It's going to take a little while, so I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so we are back here at the end results. So yeah, there was like a little bit of just like taking a few buildings and like routing the final few units, and that was kind of it in the end that the French had left to do. The battle that you saw was all but over at this point. The French had already won. But yeah, this was sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon, who was playing as Davout's corps, and yeah, he had a really good game. Got nearly 3,000 kills. He was in the thick of the fighting for the entire battle. I mean, yeah, he's like lost about half his army, but it was more than worth it. Then you got Nash playing as Murray here, with a very small but like a fairly like elite army made up of mainly like Caracci's and stuff like that. I mean, he lost a lot of men, didn't actually kill that many. He didn't have like I said early on, the French cav did not have a really strong game in the end. Certainly having like a hard time, and certainly had a really hard time early on losing that big cavalry fight. Then we also have Opium Fields playing as the guard, a really small army again, 900 men. But did quite well. Only lost a large amount of his guard actually, but killed nearly, well, like double what he lost. So can't complain there. And then we have Aboriginal Chris playing as Orgru with the second largest army, not losing too many and not killing many either. Nearly killing 1,000, which is still quite a lot, but like in compared to the Allies. But I mean, yeah, like he did not have to fight a big line battle himself like Davout or the Guard necessarily. He's kind of like helping in like both Davout and the Guard's fights. But yeah, well done to all 4 of those. Also well done to the Allies. They put up a stern defense, but it wasn't quite enough in the end. We've got TTV Steel Shot playing as the Russians, bringing a large army. I mean, they're all bringing large armies here, but getting only like 700 kills. Then we got Stunky, Flux, Bus, like both doing okay. I mean, Stunky actually did not like had a rough game. I've just seen getting only 300 kills. Jeez, that's actually not that good. Flux Bus getting 800 kills, but the best of the Allies was Meme Kampf, who was playing as the final Prussian army, and he got 1,083 kills. So well done to all of them. We'll have a quick look at the statistics for Johnny's army. He's got one of his line infantry up here with 234 kills, 217 for another. Got some really good kills here. But there you go, if you want to have a look at them. They are there to enjoy. But anyway, if you enjoyed this NTW 3 battle and would like to see some more historical battles, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and leave a comment to show your support, and any recommendations for like battles that you want to see as well. If there's like a land battle or well a historical battle that you want to see like take place, then put it down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about getting one sorted and on the channel. But anyway, if you enjoyed, like I said, feel free to support the channel, and until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye.